Turning, looking,
It is game one of a three-game set between the New York Yankees and the Minnesota Twins. The Yankees are looking to extend their win streak to 7 games behind Jameson Taillon. My recap, your reactions, coming up next. This is Yankees Game Night. How's it going, everybody? I'll tell you what, the Yankees and the Twins play the longest games, don't they? Seems like every time that these two teams square off, especially in Minnesota, it goes so late. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a few days since we had a live show. It's good to see all the familiar names in the chat. We saw some familiar faces and familiar names out there on the field tonight. First look at Gary Sanchez in a Twins uniform playing against the Yankees. Gio Urshela as well. Yankees wasted no time putting up a crooked number tonight. A rocket by DJ LeMahieu for a base hit to lead off the game. And then Aaron Judge clobbered a 2-run shot.
That ball is high. It is
straight away center field. That made it 2-0. 431 feet for Judge. That's his 22nd of the year. That is ahead of Roger Maris's pace for 61. But at this point, you got to start thinking about 73. I mean, it seems like every single day this guy goes deep. And not to be outdone, Giancarlo Stanton follows up 445 feet, his 12th home run of the season. That made it 3-0. Bottom one, the Twins strung together a couple of hits and a sac fly to pick up a run. Gary Sanchez grounded out in his first at-bat against the Yankees to end the inning. Taillon from the very beginning wasn't as sharp as he has been in the past. I mean, you could just tell from the body language. You could tell that he wasn't putting people away. He was falling behind in counts. Just was not his best night. Didn't have his best command. Also, not a great night in the field for the Yankees. There were a lot of plays on defense, especially around the first base bag. There was one by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at short. Just some ugly plays. So despite the lopsided score that you see there, not the best night on pitching and defense, but luckily the offense picked up for it. Twins got another run in the third on an RBI double by Polanco, but Gary Sanchez once again ended the inning by striking out to end the threat. Top four, Aaron Judge picked up an RBI single to extend the lead to 4-2. You know, what have we been saying all year? The Yankees get hit in the mouth and they come right back, and they did that again tonight. Bottom four, Twins come right back. They pick up another run on a sac fly to make it 4-3. They threatened for more, but Taillon struck out Buxton with a nasty curveball to get out of it. Great pitch by Taillon. Top five, Twins pitcher completely lost the zone. He walked 3 batters in a row, including DJ LeMahieu with the bases loaded. That made it 5-3. Unfortunately, Aaron Judge struck out to end the inning and leave the bases loaded. So he did have 3 RBIs tonight, but he could have had more. Final line for Taillon. He gives up a home run in the 5th. He ends up going 4 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. So not a very Jameson Taillon outing. That's the first time this season that he's allowed 4 runs in a game. So definitely not his best job, but Lucas Litke came in. He did a very nice job. He worked 1 2/3 scoreless innings. Top 7, DJ LeMahieu gets a round of applause, picks up his 1500th career hit. Halfway to 3,000. I don't think he's going to get there, but he's been fantastic with the Yankees over the last few years. He had 3 hits tonight, so nice job for him. A couple of batters later, Anthony Rizzo continues his hot hitting. He's been on fire lately. Another long
That
home
ball
run.
is high. It is far. It is gone.
3-run shot. That made it 8-4. And then top 8, couple of really nice pieces of hitting from Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and from Joey Gallo. Made it 10-4. And the Yankees hang on for their 7th consecutive victory. Now 40-15, 25 games over 500.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
More of that, please.
Ashland wants a revote, but it is time to hand out the belt. Aaron Judge. You can never go wrong with Aaron Judge, right? I mean, 3 RBIs, tied with Rizzo for the lead on the team. I mean, tonight would have been a good night for a team belt possibly, but I mean, with 4 errors, couldn't really bring that into the conversation. Thought about it, decided it was best to leave it up to the people and have a vote, and Aaron Judge comes out on top. Let's see here. Let's see. Steven Zaletta says, awesome to be the first team to 40. Now I'm rooting for the first to 50. 100%.
More of that, please.
That's first to 60, first to 110. How about that? Devon Cerna says, defense was extremely sloppy tonight. Got to get back to normal out there.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, the Yankees just looked, I mean, sloppy is a great word for it. They didn't look focused out there. The offense was definitely there to mash, even though they did leave a lot of runners on base tonight. 20 men left on base. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and Aaron Judge both left 6 people on base. But the defense was, I mean, it's Rizzo. It was Rizzo, and it was the pitchers throwing over to Rizzo. It was just, that whole section of the field was not good tonight. But, hey, look, when you win, it doesn't really matter. It's just you file it away, you learn from it, and you come out tomorrow and play better. John Daniel Munoz says, seriously, Rizzo deserved the belt. Hey, this is democracy. People voted, didn't work out. Let's see here. Lightning Samurai says, Tyone should get a pass. He's been really good this year, and even the best pitchers have had bad starts now and then. 100% agree. Tyone has been lights out for, essentially the entire season. 2.30 ERA coming in. Let's take a look at the box score and see what it is after tonight's game. 2.73. So still solid. You guys who watched the pregame might remember that the prediction was the Nostraderic prediction was that Tyone would get his 7th win, and that is a miss. So, but the Yankees win their 7th straight. Let's take a look at the offense here. 14 hits for the Yankees. I can't recall them having that many this year many times, maybe once or twice. LeMahieu, 3 for 4 tonight. He had 2 walks, so a really good performance by him. Numbers creeping back up. Aaron Judge, your belt winner. 315 on the season now with his 2 for 5 performance, 3 RBIs. Anthony Rizzo, 1 for 6. He went 1 for 6. The home run was a nice home run to extend the lead, but 1 for 6, not a great night. Stanton, 1 for 5, struck out 3 times. He had the one good swing, but he also, I felt like, had some bad swings tonight. But, you take the home run, you build off of it. Donaldson, 1 for 5 in his return. He also threw one away at third base. Aaron Hicks had a surprisingly good night. Let's get a round of applause for Aaron Hicks. 2 for 3, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. Average creeping back up, 223. Kiner-Falefa, 1 for 5. Trevino, 1 for 4, picked up an RBI. He was the last Yankee to pick up a base hit tonight. And then Joey Gallo, 2 for 4. He had a couple of nice pieces of hitting. He hit one the opposite way that brought in a run. I thought he actually looked pretty good out there. He also made some really strong throws from right field. Going back to the pitching, obviously we talked about Tyone. Lucas Litke gets the win. 1 2/3 scoreless innings. No strikeouts for him. He lowers the ERA to 5.14. And Wandy Peralta picks up a hold. He goes 1 1/3 of scoreless baseball. And Ron Marinaccio, 2 scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts. Nice job for Marinaccio. Yo Elvis just became a member. Let's hear it for Yo Elvis. All right. So there's a lot of talk in the chat about the Yankees leaving a lot of men on base. Well, I mean, while that did happen, and it is something that has been a problem for the Yankees in the past, they got the big hit a number of times. I mean, the 3-run home run from Rizzo, the 2-run home run from Judge. If you knock in 10 runs, it's okay to leave some guys on base. Most of the time, this pitching is not going to give up 10 runs. In fact, I doubt they've done it all year. I really don't think they have. Christian Vasquez says bullpen belt should be a thing. We can make that happen. Just not tonight. JJ1212 says Wandy has been great. Wholeheartedly agree. Mark Stenrus says Gallo looked more like he came up to hit tonight rather than coming up to whiff. I don't think he's ever trying to strike out. That doesn't seem right. But I think that maybe he's feeling good right now. I mean, we saw some good cuts. That ball that he took to left field was very encouraging. Now, occasionally he'll hit home runs to left field, and that happens when he's just a little bit late, but still has the right swing path and gets under it. But he doesn't hit a lot of line drives. He doesn't hit a lot of line drives, period. But he definitely doesn't hit a lot of line drives to left field. And I think that was an encouraging thing to see tonight. Anthony Pupo says Gallo and Hicks played nicely. 100% agree.
Absolutely. Hey.
Leroy says they scored 10 runs. Can you imagine how long the game would have been if they had scored more? Yeah, that was a long game, man. Do you guys remember that game a couple of years ago where I think it was Aaron Hicks hit a game-tying home run late in the game, or maybe a go-ahead home run. He also made an unbelievable catch to end the game. That game, I feel like, it had to be 5 hours. That was one of those games before I started this channel where I kind of fell asleep. In all honesty, I fell asleep for 3 innings during that game. Even though it was probably the game of the year. I was just, I was not, I wasn't taking notes and stuff like that. So, it happens. Quality Content says, what happened to Rizzo at first base? Just a tough night.
We spend $250 billion a year on defense.
Matt O'Donnell says, are you related to Gary Sanchez? No, I'm not.
Just a bit outside.
I don't see how people think I look like Gary Sanchez. That's the second or third time somebody said that. I'm in way better shape than Gary Sanchez, first of all. And second of all, my family's Polish. I don't look anything like Gary Sanchez. I mean, that's Gary Sanchez's face, really? I mean, we both maybe got a little bit extra under the chin, but nothing I can do about that. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Yo Elvis says Gary Sanchez looks the same. He did let one get by him, but he also made a couple of nice picks behind the plate, but that's always something he's done. He did throw down a second, made a really nice throw. Almost got LeMahieu, didn't quite get it done. But, I got nothing against Gary Sanchez. Let's see here. Eric C says, it's your beard. I mean, should I grow it out longer? I've been thinking about growing out, and just letting it grow for the rest of the season. I got to get a haircut. My hair is getting nuts. It's getting crazy. I never keep it this long. I usually buzz it. So, nobody wants to hear about my head, though. Let's see. JT Zori says, good to see Urshela and Sanchez again.
I hardly agree.
I've always really liked Gio Urshela since he first came to the Yankees. He plays good defense. He made a nice play tonight. I believe it was on a ball hit by IKF in the hole. He went to his left and he threw across his body accurately. He always hustles. He's always smiling. He's just a fun guy to watch up there. And I really like Gio Urshela. I'm sad that he's gone. But, you have to give up quality to get quality. And, you can't argue with the outcome. IKF is doing a decent job at shortstop. Donaldson's holding it down at third base defensively. Neither one of them is having a great offensive year, although Donaldson, I think, has a positive OPS plus. It is what it is. The Yankees couldn't go with one more year of Gary Sanchez behind the dish. None of the pitchers wanted to throw to him. You just had to change it up. Gar says, you look like his malnourished little brother. Is that malnourished, baby? Is that malnourished? I'm not malnourished. Come on now. Come on. I'm taking it hard from you guys. This is Derek Sanchez. This is
doesn't work that way.
Tough. Saber says LeMahieu had an amazing night. Yeah, he's coming around. We got a couple of calls in the voicemail last week about how people were concerned about DJ LeMahieu. I try not to always play the redundant calls. Like, you might have 2 or 3 people saying the same thing, so I'll take one that's representative. I think I played it. It's hard not to be concerned when a guy's in a slump early in the year after a bad season, but he got off to a good start. He missed a couple of days with an injury, and then he kind of struggled to come back from it. But it looked tonight like he was healthy, and I don't think we're going to see him put up those 2020 numbers ever again. I mean, he's just he's getting older. His body's breaking down a little bit, but he could still be solid. He could still have nights like this. Let's see here. All right, we've got a lot of people missing Gio in the chat. I miss Gio too. Matt O'Donnell says, can't stress enough how much Higgy and Trevino has bettered this rotation. I mean, the pitchers are getting more strikes called. The Yankees obviously value framing. Trevino especially has done an outstanding job. Higgy, I think, has pretty much lost the main catching duties, but when he's in there, he's still solid defensively, just can't hit. You says 9 runs tomorrow, over and under. What if it's exactly 9? When I give an over-under, I always try and give a half, 8.5 runs over-under, and I'll take the under. Nice night for the offense, but it's hard to score 9-10 runs every night. LV Sure says, definitely need to see Carpenter tomorrow.
I hardly agree.
Yeah, Carpenter's swing is built for the Yankees. Yankee Stadium, he's definitely going to hit. But you've got to get him some reps on the road so that he's feeling comfortable when he's back at Yankee Stadium. This is a short road trip. It's 3 quick games and then it's back. So you want to get him some at-bats either tomorrow or the next night just so that he feels good going back into Yankee Stadium, because you need that left-handed bat in Yankee Stadium. Brandon Singa says, got to give Matt Blake a lot of credit too. 100%. Matt Blake has done his magic. I think he's a guest on Towing the Slab this week. That's something I can't wait to listen to. DW says, I hope this builds Gallo's confidence. He needs it. 100% agree.
I hardly agree.
Yeah, I mean, he can't possibly be this bad forever, right? I mean, we have seen guys completely fall off like that. Chris Davis was one of those guys. And that's one of the things that worries me about Gallo, is that he's going to turn into the next Chris Davis. But you just hope that he can figure something out and you can get a couple of good months out of him at least. Because this team is too good to carry a 186 hitter. I mean, I don't care how good his defense is. And his defense is about average this year. And I've noticed they've moved him completely out of left field recently. He's out of left field and he's hitting 9th. So that tells you that the Yankees are trying to do something with him, that they don't feel he's the same player when he's playing left field and hitting 6th. So it is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and pull up a couple more. Quality Content says, every Yankees pitcher needs the Cortez stash. That would be great.
I hardly agree.
You guys, should I shave the beard and grow the Cortez stash to match Carl back there? I'm trying to do the weatherman thing where I'm pointing. Lori C says, Trout hurt again. What happened to Trout? I saw that he was like 0 for 30 or something like that. But I also saw he had a good night offensively. What happened? I was watching some of the highlights. Davey says, are you in favor of the electronic strike zone? The umps are getting worse and worse year after year. So that's the thing about the human aspect of the game. A lot of people want to preserve the human aspect of the game. I don't see the need for it. If you can get the call right, get the call right. I don't mind having umpires out there, maybe to call safer out plays at home or whatever. But the strike zone, you can tell how many times the ball is freaking spinning to get up there. You can tell if it's in the strike zone or not with a computer instantly. Just do it. THG says both Chris and Chris Davis fell off. I guess that's just a tough name to have, huh? Quality Content says, I heard the Angels were thinking of trading Mike Trout. I can't see that happening. I haven't seen that from any reputable people. I've seen it a couple of times on Twitter. Guy makes a lot of money, and as Lori C. just pointed out, he's apparently hurt again. He gets hurt pretty much every year. So, all right, guys, we're going to call it a night. This was a long game, but we got to give it one more shout from John Sterling.
Ball game.
Whoops.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
We'll be back at you tomorrow. Nestor Cortez on the mound, and maybe I'll be sporting the mustache.
More of that, please.
We'll see. Let me know in the comments tomorrow if you want me rocking the mustache tomorrow night. I'll see ya.